It's a championship Thursday from Mount Aloysius College. Good afternoon, everybody. With our Renda Media intern, Alex Donaldson, I'm Mark Burdick. We had to wait an extra day due to the rains yesterday, but we're here for championship baseball today. The Homer Center Wildcats and the Juniata Valley Hornets. And Alex, good to have you alongside for this game and looking for a great matchup. The Homer Center Wildcats with an impressive victory. They had to wait an extra day last week, too, in the semifinal game, but it was worth the wait as they defeated Blacklick Valley 6-1. Meanwhile, on Thursday afternoon, or Friday afternoon it was, Juniata Valley ended Northern Cambria's season 10-2. Ironically, it was Northern Cambria that defeated Homer Center in the Heritage Conference Championship, but much more at stake here today with the District 6 Championship. Juniata Valley, a record of 12-7. They were 7-3 in their conference. Homer Center 18-5, 13-4 overall. And both teams are going to the state tournament starting next week. You know, that's more important, but boy, it's always nice to win a district championship if you can, right?
Absolutely. Those bragging rights become very critical, especially in the latter parts of the season. And again, both these teams real hungry after having to wait the extra day, so it's going to be an entertaining game for sure.
The winner will claim the 2025 District 6 title. Homer Center looking for their 7th overall. They won titles, believe it or not, many people don't know this, but in 1953, Homer City won a District 6 championship. I think baseball stayed at the school until about 1960. Then there was a long hiatus, and they brought the program back in 1988-89 school year. And they have been a force since then. They've won district titles in 2000, 2005, 2008, 2010, and 2018. So the Wildcats with a championship pedigree on their side.
Yeah, very prestigious coming into this game. Can't argue that.
Juniata Valley's won 4 titles, 2015, 16, 17, and 2021. So they are looking for their 5th title overall. The winner of this game, nice thing about the state tournament, the opening round, you get a home game. So the winner of this game will get a home game on Monday to start the state tournament. The loser of this game, we know they will play a WPIAL team, the Whippeal runner-up Carmichaels. They lost to the number 1 seed in District 7, Sarah Catholic, by a score of 9-0 yesterday. So the winner of this game will play Carmichaels. Will it be at Juniata Valley High School or will it be at First Commonwealth Bank Field? We're certainly hoping from Homer Center's perspective it's at First Commonwealth Bank Field. We're used to that facility.
Yeah, it's a little closer, just a little bit.
And a little nicer, I think, overall with the facilities for us to do our job. But we will continue with more on our pregame show from Mount Aloysius College. It's the Wildcats and the Hornets District 6 Class A championship game, and our coverage continues after this on Renda Digital TV.
Homer City American Legion Post 493, a longtime backer of Homer Center Athletics, is pleased to be a part of today's broadcast and wishes the best of luck to the Homer Center Wildcats this season. Homer City American Legion Post 493 has served Homer City and our veterans for more than half a century. They are a staple of the community and believe in giving back. So have fun today, teams. Represent your communities well. From your friends at the Homer City American Legion Post 493.
Dan in a van hasn't returned your call? Chuck in a truck can't get there for 2 months? Stop dealing with fly-by-nighters and call a company that's fully capable for all your plumbing and heating needs. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated is on call 24/7, 365 days a year. Visit us at joyceplumbing.com. That's joyceplumbing.com. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated, the best place in town to take a leak. PA 042115.
Lots of people still don't realize the benefits of chiropractic health care. It improves balance, muscle flexibility, joints, improves range of motion, athletic coordination, and helps the body recover faster. Many professional athletes use chiropractic health care to improve performance and prevent injuries. See the difference Maine's Chiropractic can make for you. Maine's Chiropractic, Main Street, Homer City. Adjusting today for a better tomorrow.
We're the lifeblood of the community.
It's so much more than just a job.
So good patient care is providing top quality care, but also in a timely fashion.
They don't need to go to Pittsburgh for that. They can stay right here in their backyard.
So when a patient walks into your office, You receive them as your family member.
A patient leaves my office feeling heard.
And the focus truly is on what will get us our best patient outcome.
Looking to experience luxury with your next vehicle? Then look no further than Luther Lincoln. From the full-size Lincoln Navigator to the mid-size Lincoln Aviator or the Lincoln Nautilus and Corsair crossovers, Luther has the Lincoln you want. With complimentary pickup and delivery for service or being able to schedule your service appointments online, Luther Lincoln wants to make your experience a pleasant one. Luther Lincoln, your choice for Lincoln. Route 119, Homer City. Click on lutherlincoln.net.
The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club continues to soar, and the club is proud to offer newly remodeled facilities for its many members. Voted best social and sportsman's club in Indiana County, the club features a large 3-acre fishing pond that is well-stocked and offers a shooting range that is open year-round. The club takes pride in hosting kid-friendly events and the annual fireworks display for the 4th of July. Inside, club members can enjoy a newly remodeled bar area, the perfect place to unwind and watch your favorite team. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club. Go! Let's go! Mark Burdick back with you at Mount Aloysius College as the Wildcats get set to go against the Juniata Valley Hornets. We told you the winner of this game will get a home game on Monday in the first round of the state tournament against Carmichael's. The loser of this game will play on the road against the District 5 champion. That would be either Southern Fulton or Rockwood. Time for our S&T Bank players to bank on for the Homer Center Wildcats. And for Homer Center, one of the first players to bank on. Did we lose signal or are we okay? Okay. First player to bank on is the leadoff hitter, Braden Rado. He's been excellent this year, leads the team with 30 hits and a .476 batting average, also leads the team. Braden Rado, certainly a player the Wildcats have banked on all season long. Also today, we have Braden Dunn, one of our players to bank on. He has 20 RBIs, a .475 batting average for the senior, Braden Dunn. And finally, it all starts on that little round circle out on the mound. Our pitcher today for the Wildcats, Noah Turk. The Wildcats are banking on him. He comes into the game with a 5-2 record. He's appeared in 12 games, 42 innings pitched, and a 4.17 ERA. Those are the players you can bank on. Brought to you by S&T Bank, People Forward Banking. We're coming back with more on our pregame show from Mount Aloysius College. We'll give you the starting lineups, and the public address announcer is going to give the fans gathering for this game the starting lineups, too. They'll be lining up on their respective foul lines. We'll have the national anthem and the start of today's game coming up next on Renda Digital TV.
Boost Mobile will have unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 per month.
And what do non-employees have to pay?
That is what non-employees pay.
So, if I quit right now, I will still get it.
Yes, but are you quitting?
No, are you quitting?
Big news, Indiana. This is Zach from SeaWorld, now your local Boost Mobile dealer. Unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month. No contracts, no hidden fees, just fast, reliable service at an unbeatable price. Stop by SeaWorld Satellites today and switch to Boost.
IRMC at Chestnut Ridge is your keystone to your family's healthy life. 3D mammography, dermatology, pediatrics, physical and occupational therapy, sports medicine, and many more vital life services. And of course, Urgicare. 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. IRMC at Chestnut Ridge, next to the Chestnut Ridge Golf Resort. Get in, get out, get better.
Robindale and its affiliated companies are proud to be a sponsor of all student athletes in the area. For nearly 2 decades, Robindale has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot and scar the western Pennsylvania landscape. To reclimate and beautify these areas, Robindale believes deeply in safety, compliance, and community responsibility. If you would like to become a part of the Robindale team, you can contact them at 814-446-6700, extension 122, or see how Robindale can assist your business at robindale.com.
Since 1958, the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club has been the heart of youth sports in the Greater Homer Center School District. From spring to summer, the Boosters Sports Complex is alive, with kids learning the great games of baseball and softball, building skills, friendships, and future Wildcats pride.
We're proud to be the foundation for varsity excellence. Good luck to the Homer Center Wildcats in the playoffs from the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
When you're in need of auto repairs, the place to go is Posix Auto Shop. Posix Auto Shop does your normal mechanical repairs, including brakes, exhaust, engine, oil changes, and state inspections. Posix also specializes in classic and antique cars. Trust your vehicle to Andrew Posick when you're in need of repairs. Posix Auto Repair on Old Route 119 South, just outside of Homer City. 724-599-4053.
If everyone has lemonade stands, I think we can do it. These inspiring words were expressed by Alex Scott, the little girl who was battling childhood cancer and decided to have a lemonade stand in her own backyard to help fundraise for a cure. In honor of Alex and everyone fighting this disease, join S&T Bank May 31st through June 7th at all bank branches for Lemonade Days. Enjoy treats and activities. Help us support research, awareness, and hope for these children and families in need. Let's make people our purpose and build a brighter future together. S&T Bank, member FDIC.
Back with you at Mount Aloysius College, just about set for the opening pitch of the District 6 Class A championship game. Let's give you the Juniata Valley starting lineup. They will be the visitors here today. Leading off and playing shortstop will be Ethan Scalia. He's hitting .403. Batting second and catching, Zach Dick, a .241 hitter. His cousin, Matt, will be at first base, but he is being DH'd for. Batting third will be the third baseman, Elijah Johns. He leads them with a .459 average. Kyler Sperlin, the pitcher, bats cleanup. He hits .270. He's been a force, been their leader on the mound all season long. Got the victory over Northern Cambria last Friday afternoon, a game played down the road at Central Cambria High School. Batting fifth will be Nathan Rodkey at left field. He's hitting .316. Batting in the sixth position and DHing for Matt Dick will be Logan Harpster. The batting seventh will be the right fielder, Vincent Hoover. He hits .387. His cousin, Bo Hoover, bats eighth. He's playing second base. He bats .250. And batting ninth for the Hornets with a 12-7 record will be Blaine Sager. He's hitting .273. They are coached by longtime manager Jeff Henzer. For the Wildcats defensively, as they warm up, left to right, Connor DeArmond, the left fielder, Nash Budner out in center field. He was the winning pitcher, masterful in a complete game effort in that victory over Black Lake Valley Saturday. Drew Fisher will be out in right field. The infield third to first, Colin Dunn, the freshman. His brother Braden, the senior, at shortstop. Second baseman's Nate Burchell. Dom Shimko at first base. In the battery, Braden Rado, the catcher, and Noah Turk on the hill. And the Wildcats are gathering around Turk as I speak. And we are set to play some baseball. I mentioned Kyler Sperlin, their pitcher. He's 6-1, 12 appearances, 50 2/3 innings he's logged, 41 hits, 19 runs, 13 earned, 23 walks, and 47 strikeouts, a 1.80 ERA. So here we go. Turk will go from the stretch, even with nobody on base, and the first pitch ripped into left field for a base hit for Ethan Scalia. So he picked on the first pitch of the game, and the Hornets have the first base runner of the game on the base pass. Not sure if you can tell on camera or not, but I'm sure the infield you can tell it's a artificial surface. The outfield is natural grass. Talked to a couple of Homer Center players. They said even with all the rain, it's pretty solid out there. Pitch from Turk, hit down the right field line, going to drop foul. So very aggressive Juniata Valley out of the gate as they pick on two straight pitches, one for a single, this one foul. Dimensions down the line, 334 to the left field foul pole and the same to right. The power alley's 386 to left center, 388 to right center. Not posted straight away, but probably in the neighborhood of 405 feet or so. It's a poke. Samantha Snedden, our producer, John Smathers on camera, along with our intern Alex Donaldson, who will be joining me on the air as the game goes along. Squaring to bunt, it's a strike call, and the throw down to second late, stolen base for Scalia. Scalia leads the team, the only player in double digits with 11 stolen bases now. The count 0-2 on Zach Dick, just a .241 hitter. 13 for 54. Turk at the belt. The pitch high. Special thanks to Homer Center manager Scott Bauer. He allowed us to set up these long college dugouts. We're actually in the first base dugout broadcasting, or would have been a mile away in the outfield. This one lined up the middle for a hit. Center fielder Nash Budner comes in. Only 90 feet advancement for Scalia, but the Hornets have runners on the corners, first and third. Just a good piece of hitting by Dick. He stuck his bat out and poked it into center field between second baseman Burchell and Braden Dunn, the shortstop. Catcher Braden Rado letting his infield know if he will throw through or not on a stolen base. Their leading hitter, Elijah Johns, the third baseman, steps in. 28 hits and 61 ABs. He leads the team with 23 RBIs. Turk with a little token toss to first that chases Dick back. Johns 5 doubles among his 28 hits. Runner going. Rado doesn't throw through. He just throws right back to the pitcher. But the runner at third, Scalia, didn't bite. So runners at second and third and nobody out. Early threat for the Hornets. On deck is Kyler Sperlin. 0-1 on Johns. The pitch right down Broadway for strike two. So the second hitter in a row, Turk, has jumped out in front of the count, 2 strikes and nothing. Although Dick was able to come up with a 2-strike hit. He's at second base, Scalia at third. Here's the pitch, way high. Not offering Elijah Johns. Good pitch, good waste by Noah Turk. Infield is back. They'll concede the run early in the game. Freshman third baseman Dunn a couple of steps in. This pitch low. 2-2. First baseman Dom Shimko playing behind the bag, but keep in mind with the synthetic surface, the ball's going to get on you a lot quicker. Scalia showed us he has pretty good wheels, so he probably scores on a ground ball to the middle infield. There's one right at the third baseman Dunn. Throws across the diamond and a big out. 5-3, and the runners stay put. Put out 5-3. The batter's Kyler Sperlin, batting .270. First pitch, curveball, and a good one for strike one. Sperlin, 15 RBIs, second on the team, 17 hits. He does have 2 homers to his credit. Here's the pitch. You really have to hit it a ton here at Mount Aloysius to get it out of here. Wind is blowing out straight away center field. Pitch. This one hit down the left field line. If it's fair, it's going to be trouble, and it does bounce in front of the left fielder, DeArmond. 2 runs are going to score, and a 2 RBI single for Sperlin. He ripped that ball.
RBI single brings up number 16, Nathan Rodkey.
So 1 on, 1 out, 2 runs in. Nathan Rodkey, the left fielder, and we're going to have a courtesy runner for the pitcher Sperlin at first base, and that is Gavin Smith. Nathan Rodkey, the left fielder. Just 6 hits this season and 19 at bats, and he takes the first pitch inside for a ball. Noah Turk has been Homer Center's leader on the mound, one of them at least, all season long. The senior. Next pitch. Chopped third base line. Third baseman coming in. Dunn throws to first. Never going to get him. It's going to be an infield single for Nathan Rodkey. Fourth hit of the inning. Bad luck there for Homer Center. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Logan Harpster, hitting just 200. 9 of 45 with 8 RBIs this season. Runner at second, first and second. Not holding at first, looking for a bunt. They chop it toward the shortstop. Braden Dunn going to throw to third and get the lead man there. Put out goes 6-5. Harpster in on base on the fielder's choice. Right fielder Vincent Hoover batting .387. This one hit first baseman Dunn on a nice hop, goes down to one knee to grab it, steps on the first base bag for the side, retiring out. But some damage done by Juniata Valley in the top of the first inning. They get 2 runs on 4 hits. There were 2 men left. We head to the home half of the first inning, and our first inning being brought to you by Robindale. Back with more baseball after this on Renda Digital TV.
Robindale and its affiliated companies are proud to be a sponsor of all student athletes in the area. For nearly 2 decades, Robindale has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot and scar the western Pennsylvania landscape. To reclimate and beautify these areas, Robindale believes deeply in safety, compliance, and community responsibility. If you would like to become a part of the Robindale team, you can contact them at 814-446-6700, extension 122, or see how Robindale can assist your business at robindale.com.
Homer City American Legion Post 493, a longtime backer of Homer Center Athletics, is pleased to be a part of today's broadcast and wishes the best of luck to the Homer Center Wildcats this season. Homer City American Legion Post 493 has served Homer City and our veterans for more than half a century. They are a staple of the community and believe in giving back. So have fun today, teams. Represent your communities well from your friends at the Homer City American Legion Post 493.
Tom Budner's Heating and Cooling would like to congratulate Nash Budner and the Homer Center baseball team on an outstanding season and wishes the team success in today's game. Dedication, desire, persistence, and teamwork are qualities that make for a successful sports team and also for a successful business like Tom Budner's Heating and Cooling, the area's premier air ease dealer. Wishing Nash and the Homer Center baseball team success from Pap and everyone at Budner's Heating and Cooling.
Time for Homer Center to respond in the home half of the first inning. They'll send up Braden Rado, Nate Burchell, and Braden Dunn. Our coverage today being co-presented by Joyce Plumbing and Heating in Blairsville and also Homer City American Legion Post 493. Hope everybody had a great Memorial Day weekend. Sperlin the pitch, and Rado jumps on it, but he drives it deep and foul beyond the left field bullpen. Rado hits .493 this season. Next pitch in there for strike 2. Braden leads the team with 30 hits, 32 runs scored, and a .476 batting average. Leads them in all of those categories. Pitch lined up the middle over the head of the shortstop. Ethan Scalia climbed the ladder, but a leadoff hit for Rado. So just like Juniata Valley, the Wildcats with the leadoff runner aboard here in the home half of the first inning. That'll bring up Nate Burchell. Burchell hitting .362. First pitch upstairs for a ball. Next offering down, caught the knees for strike 1. 1-1. First inning being brought to you by our friends at Robindale. Proud to help sponsor the broadcast. Next pitch, squaring to bunt, and it's a good one up the third base line. It's a hit. You either let it roll foul or let it roll and hope it goes foul, or you pick it up, but I don't think that was going foul anyway. So Homer Center, just like the Hornets, have the first 2 runners aboard, and one of their most dangerous hitters, Braden Dunn, steps up to the plate. The shortstop hitting .468. He's had quite a career at Homer Center. He calls time. Robindale, if you'd like to be part of their team, contact them at 814-446-6700, extension 122, or see how Robindale can assist your business at robindale.com. This one ripped into right field for a hit. Runners are going to advance. Rado rounds third, heading for home. He will score. RBI for Braden Dunn. And Kyler Sperlin not fooling anybody. It's a 2-1 game. Colin Dunn, a freshman, hitting .406. Yes, Braden's younger brother. Pitch popped up short left field. Left fielder Nathan Rodkey comes in, makes a one-handed catch for the first out as Colin Dunn picked on the first pitch, but flies out to left, and that brings up first baseman Dom Shimko. Shimko hitting .310. First pitch in there for strike one. Shimko 17 ribbies. He has 21 hits in 67 at bats. Sperlin, ground ball, foul just outside the third base bag. That would have tied the game up if it stays fair. On deck, pitcher Noah Turk. Sperlin against Northern Cambria, very effective. Overall, 1.80 ERA, and the Wildcats have already touched them up for a run. 50 2/3 innings, 41 hits, 19 runs, 13 earned, 23 walks, 47 strikeouts this season. Curveball outside. Sperlin allowed just 2 hits against the Colts. He's already allowed 3 here in the first inning, and a hit batsman. Going to load the bases. That brings up pitcher Noah Turk. Noah batting just .231. 14 hits in 63 official at bats. Catcher Zach Dick out to talk to Sperlin. Juniata Valley will celebrate their graduation tomorrow night. So they still have a partial day of school left. Sperlin going to go from the windup. Turk swing, foul tip. Ball rolling toward our location. The nimble-footed first base coach, Jim McLaughlin, picks it up. McLaughlin coaching first, manager Scott Bauer down at third base. 2-1 as Homer Center bats in the bottom of the first inning. 0-1 the count. Pop-up infield, going to be infield fly rule if it stays fair. It does stay fair, so regardless, the batter is out. And the second out of the inning is recorded as the first baseman, Matt Dick, came halfway up the line to make that grab. That brings up Nash Budner, the center fielder. Nash, big game against Blacklick Valley. Not only did he pitch a complete game, he had 3 hits to bring his average over the Mendoza line. He's up to .229 now, and he swings at a high pitch. That's not a good pitch to swing at. Third baseman comes on in foul territory halfway up the line. Elijah Johns makes the catch for the side, retiring out. But the Wildcats answer with a run on 3 hits. There were no errors. They leave the bases loaded. We've played 1 complete. Brought to you by Robindale. And the score, Juniata Valley 2 and Homer Center 1 on Renda Digital TV.
Ever since its arrival in Indiana, Bocelli Pizza has quickly become a favorite place to eat. Start your day with a 12-ounce cup of coffee for just $1. For lunch, treat yourself to a full menu of pizzas, subs, salads, strombolis, pasta, bocelli rolls, chicken tenders, cheese sticks, and desserts. Eat in, take out, or call for delivery. Bocelli Pizza is open after midnight. At the corner of 10th and Oakland Avenue, Indiana. Make it a Bocelli Pizza Day.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
You know Main Street Hair Design? In Homer City, salons aren't around for 30 years unless they're doing it right. Main Street Hair Design has Tori, your nail technician, for hand-painted designs done your way. She's your artist. She's that good. Styling, perms, cuts, colors, foils, highlights, lowlights, and an esthetician. You're gonna love the eyelash lift and tint. Mani-pedi too. Main Street Hair Design in Homer City. 5 North Main Street. Call now, 724-479-3620.
Juniata Valley at the plate to start the second inning. Leading off the number 8 man, Bo Hoover. Second baseman bats .250. Jumping out in front, 0-1 is Turk. Next pitch, fouled back over the screen. Not a very tall backstop screen here, so a lot of balls are going to fly right over, but a lot of room behind home plate. I would guess 60 to 70 feet. Here's the pitch. Again, fouled right behind the screen. On deck is the number 9 hitter, Blaine Sager. If the ball hits the fencing on a pass ball or wild pitch, probably just going to drop right there unless it hits one of those poles. The curveball, and he stayed on it nicely and lines it into center field. He just poked it out, poked his bat out, and good contact. Second time we've seen that. Zach Dick did the same thing. Second batter of the game. So leadoff single, Blaine Sager, the number 9 hitter, .273 batting average for Sager. Left-handed hitter. Dom Shimko holds the runner Hoover on, and he's going. Pitch, a ball, throw high, and over the head of shortstop Braden Dunn, but backing up nicely was the second baseman Nate Burchell. So a runner at second base, third stolen base of the game for the Hornets, who have been aggressive, jumping on early pitch counts and also on the base paths. Bunt, pulls it back, but takes a strike. Nice afternoon finally for baseball after all of the rain. Next pitch, scoring to bunt. It's way out of the zone. 2-1. You don't want to walk the number 9 man. If he's going to bunt, let him put it down and take the out. Checks the runner Hoover at second, again scoring to bunt, and he misses outside. 3-1 the count. See if he squares again. He does. Inside corner, strike 2. He pulled it back, so he'll have to swing away now, you would think. Foul ball bunt is an automatic out, strikeout. Here's the pitch. Way high, he lost him. 2 on, nobody out. Top of the order, Ethan Scalia picked on the first pitch of the game and ripped it line single to center for the first hit of the game on the first pitch. Curveball bounced it. Good stop by Rado. Again, I just mentioned all of the room behind home plate. Braden, a very sound catcher fundamentally. Here's the pitch. Good pitch outside corner at the knees for strike 1. Five hits for the Hornets here First inning plus. Swing at a high, hard one. And he's in a hole. 1-2. This will be huge if Turk can punch him out. Wide stance as he makes an adjustment. I mean, a very wide batter stance. Here's the pitch. Line drive up the middle. Rolls into center field. Budner picks it up. And the runner came around third and slipped and then went back to third base. So the bases are loaded. Juniata Valley has been excellent with 2 strikes. A great 2-strike approach. And Scott Bauer is going to come out. And let's see what he does here with the Wildcats in a peck of trouble here in the top of the second inning, being brought to you by Robindale. Really impressed with their adjustments with 2 strikes. They're going to stick with Turk. Zach Dick on an 0-2 count. Line to single up the middle, just poked it through. Bases loaded, nobody out. Pitch swung through a good fastball, and it's 0-1. Singled, stole a base, and scored the second run for the Hornets. They have 6 hits already. 1 infield hit on a little nubber up the third base line. Here's the pitch. Outside. Next pitch, popped up an infield. That's going to be infield fly roll. Again, that's one of those deals where the batter's automatically out. Elijah Johns bounced out to the third baseman, Colin Dunn. Pitch, fouled back to the screen. Bases loaded, 1 out. Turk trying to get out of a big jam here. Way high with the fastball, 1-1. Here's the pitch. Curveball chopped down the third base line, going to roll foul. 1-2. Hoover at third, Sager at second, Scalia at first. Number 3 hitter, Elijah Johns, facing a 1-2 count. Pitch popped up, going to drift out of play behind the first base bag. First 2 innings being brought to you by our good friends at Robindale. Here's the pitch. Bounced a check swing. Did he go? I'm going to say foul ball. He just got a piece of it. And that's good news for Homer Center because that would have been an easy run. Turk steps off as the batter, Johns, called time. 1-2 the count. Pitch. Fouled back to the screen. TV.
Since 1958, the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club has been the heart of youth sports in the Greater Homer Center School District. From spring to summer, the Booster Sports Complex is alive, with kids learning the great games of baseball and softball, building skills, friendships, and future Wildcats pride. We're proud to be the foundation for varsity excellence. Good luck to the Homer Center Wildcats in the playoffs from the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
IRMC at Chestnut Ridge is your keystone to your family's healthy life. 3D mammography, dermatology, pediatrics, physical and occupational therapy, sports medicine, and many more vital life services. And of course, Urgicare. 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. IRMC at Chestnut Ridge, next to the Chestnut Ridge Golf Resort. Get in, get out, get better.
Dan in a van hasn't returned your call? Chuck in a truck can't get there for 2 months? Stop dealing with fly-by-nighters and call a company that's fully capable for all your plumbing and heating needs. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated is on call 24/7, 365 days a year. Visit us at joyceplumbing.com. That's joyceplumbing.com. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated, the best place in town to take a leak. PA 04.
Back with you. If you are watching, you just witnessed a fantastic play by the catcher, Zach Dick. On a 1-1 count as Drew Fisher pops out in foul territory. And this backspin on a ball, normally going to bring it back. I thought off the bat that's going to be out of play, but it brought it back. And Dick did an outstanding job just in front of the backstop, slid on 2 knees and made the catch. Sensational play. We apologize for being knocked off in the top of the second. We lost power here in our portable press box. They don't have a press box here at Mount Aloysius, incredibly. at a college facility. Not the best place to, it's a great playing surface, but not very press-friendly, media-friendly. It amazes me that they keep using facilities like this in today's day and age. Pitch to Connor DeArmond, who had a big game, couple of hits in the win over Blacklick Valley. He's ahead on the count, 2-1. We'll get you caught up here. It's 3-1 Juniata Valley. Swing and a miss. Count levels off at 2-2. These first two innings brought to you by Robindale. Learn more at robindale.com. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. First strikeout of the game for Kyler Sperlin. To the top of the order we go. Braden Rado, the hitter. He ripped a single into left field for the Wildcats to lead off the game. This is the first half inning where the leadoff man hasn't been aboard. Pitch to Braden, curveball that stays high. Hit on the shortstop. Oh, it went through the glove. I think he was throwing before he fielded the ball. That'll be an error on shortstop Ethan Scalia. First error of the game. Let's see if that opens the door for the Wildcats with 2 outs and Rado at first base. Burchell singled. Little infield single up the third base line. His first trip. Takes the first pitch for a strike. 0-1 pitch from Sperlin. Ball. Pitch down low for a ball. I'd like to thank our co-presenting sponsors, Homer City American Legion Post 493, and also Joyce Plumbing and Heating in Blairsville. Of course, Doug McNulty from Joyce, former Wildcat player that was drafted by the New York Mets, a few years ago, right, Doug, if you're listening? Fly ball right field. Right fielder Hoover coming over toward the line and makes the side retiring catch about 10 feet inside fair territory. And the Wildcats go down. No runs. There was a hit, or no hits, 1 error, 1 man left. We have played 2 complete, thanks to Robindale for making the coverage possible those first 2 innings. Juniata Valley leads at 3-1 over Homer Center. More to come on Renda Digital TV.
Homer City American Legion Post 493, a longtime backer of Homer Center Athletics, is pleased to be a part of today's broadcast and wishes the best of luck to the Homer Center Wildcats this season. Homer City American Legion Post 493 has served Homer City and our veterans for more than half a century. They are a staple of the community and believe in giving back. So have fun today, teams. Represent your communities well from your friends at the Homer City American Legion Post 493.
May is the month to make the switch to the Luther family of dealerships. Right now, get free tariff pricing on all new vehicles at Luther Ford Lincoln in Homer City, Luther Ford in Evansburg, and Luther Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Northern Cambria. Plus, employee pricing for everyone at all 3 dealerships. You get employee pricing, no exceptions. Save thousands on your next vehicle in May before it's too late at the Luther family of dealerships in Homer City, Evansburg, and Northern Cambria. The time to act is now.
Lots of people still don't realize the benefits of chiropractic health care. It improves balance, muscle flexibility, joints, improves range of motion, athletic coordination, and helps the body recover faster. Many professional athletes use chiropractic health care to improve performance and prevent injuries. See the difference Maine's Chiropractic can make for you. Maine's Chiropractic, Main Street, Homer City. Adjusting today for a better tomorrow.
Posick's Auto Shop going to bring you the 3rd and 4th innings. Thanks to the crew at Posick's Auto Shop, Old Route 119 in Homer City. Do a great job over there. Juniata Valley batting in the top of the 3rd inning. 6, 7, 8 hitters do. Logan Harpster reached on a fielder's choice in the 1st inning. He leads off. Hit on the ground, up the middle into center field. They are disciplined hitters. Just go with pitches, and that is hit number 8 already. One of them an infield single, but still they've been putting the bat on the ball. Last inning, Turk's strikeout, his only strikeout, was huge against the cleanup hitter Sperlin. That brings up Vincent Hoover. Pitch, nice stop in the dirt, or the artificial turf, if you will. Either way, great job by Braden Rado. 1-0 the count on Hoover, the right fielder. He bounced out to first baseman Shimko to close out the first. Swings at a high, hard one, and it's 1-1. Pitch, fouled it back to the screen. As I mentioned, a lot of room behind home plate. I would guess about 70 feet. First Commonwealth Bank Field, pretty good distance, but not this much. It's 50 at First Commonwealth Bank Field. Artificial surface in the infield here if you tuned in late. Popped up, foul territory, right field line. Don Shimko, great effort, can't quite get to it as he slides near the warning track. And right fielder Fisher was giving chase too, but Shimko, great effort by Homer Center's first baseman. He's ahead on the count, Noah Turk, 1-2. Short lead off at first for a Harpster, and they chase him back. Winner of this game will host Carmichael's on Monday in the opening round of the state tournament. They lost to Sarah Catholic in the Whitfield Championship 9-0. Pitch way high, runner going, throw from Rado. Oh, it kind of short hopped the second baseman Burchell. I think his glove actually may be jammed in the artificial surface. Good throw by Rado, but stolen base. Fourth of the game for the Hornets. Turk's pitch, curveball, hit in the air, shallow right field. Right fielder Fisher over, makes the catch. Runner tagging, throw to third, and he's going to be in there. He did not slide. First out of the inning. Let's see how Homer Center plays the infield here. Still relatively early in the game. Top of the third. You can play the middle infield just about midway, and because of the speed of the ball on the AstroTurf, it gets to you pretty quickly. Hoover, the batter, pitch high for a ball. Hoover led off the second, singled, stolen base, and scored their third run. They've had the leadoff runner aboard in all 3 innings. Shimko looking maybe for a suicide squeeze bunt, as is freshman third baseman Colin Dunn. Pitch popped behind the backstop, and it's 1-1. Turk, the right-handed hurler, gets a good look at the runner, Harpster at third. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, and now he's ahead on the count, 1-2. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Second strikeout of the inning, or of the game for Turk. His 2 strikeouts have come at opportune times, and that brings up the number 9 hitter, Blaine Sager, who walked in the second. Wildcats would like to keep that runner stranded at third base. Pitch to the left-handed hitting Sager. Way high for a ball. Like to shut this inning down right now before you get to the top of the order. Scalia's 2 for 2. Pitch way high, 2-0. Pitch at the knees for strike 1. Homer Center's graduation, like Juniata Valley's, is tomorrow. Here's the pitch. Inside for ball. 3-1. Turk would love to erase the number 9 hitter, Sager, here. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Might have helped him. Infield with 2 strikes, back all the way around. Here's the pitch. Lost him. So he's walked the number 9 hitter twice. And that brings up the dangerous Scalia, who's 2 for 2. Picked on the first pitch of the game and ripped it into center for a hit. Good lead for Sager at first. They run the forced balk play. Now runner breaks and the sliding in. He's going to beat the throw at home. So the forced balk play works. And the runner now trapped off second. And the Wildcats throw it into center field. And let's see if, nope, there's not going to be any further advancement. And it's 4-1. And we have an injury too. Bob Rupert, the trainer, heading out. Well, that's a set play that, especially at the high school level, many teams will run what's called a forced balk play, where you're trying to maybe get the pitcher to balk, and you take off early while he still has the ball. And in this case, Turk did the right thing. He stepped off. They had the runner trapped between first and second, and the runner, Harpster, broke from third, and the Wildcats didn't turn that throw around quick enough. With an injury, let's take a break. We got to get caught up too. We'll come back with more baseball. Wildcats down 5-1 as the Hornets bat in the top of the third on Renda Digital TV.
When you're in need of auto repairs, the place to go is Posix Auto Shop. Posix Auto Shop does your normal mechanical repairs, including brakes, exhaust, engine, oil changes, and state inspections. Posix also specializes in classic and antique cars. Trust your vehicle to Andrew Posix when you're in need of repairs. Posix Auto Repair on Old Route 119 South, just outside of Homer City. 724-599-4053.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
Dan in a van hasn't returned your call? Chuck in a truck can't get there for 2 months? Stop dealing with fly-by-nighters and call a company that's fully capable for all your plumbing and heating needs. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated is on call 24/7, 365 days a year. Visit us at joyceplumbing.com. That's joyceplumbing.com. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated, the best place in town to take a leak. PA 042115.
Checking with the official score, there's got to be an error somewhere that allowed the runner to go to third. And it would have been after the throw home on the forced balk play. There was no error there. The Wildcats just didn't get to throw home quick enough. We'll go E2 for now because the ball got loose around second base. And I'm going to call that a team error because I'm not sure if the throw wasn't handled. To be honest with you, in our vantage point, it was just difficult to see. There was a lot going on there, but an error on Homer Center. They trail 5-1, 2 outs. Scalia at third, or Scalia batting, and he lines one into right that'll score another run. Scalia has been on fire to start this game. He's batted in each of the first 3 innings. He's 3 for 3 and delivers an RBI single there. That brings up Zach Dick, the catcher, who's 1 for 2. And Scott Bauer is going to come out, and I think we're going to have a pitching change. Yes, we are. So we'll break. Juniata Valley batting in the top of the 3rd inning. They've already put up 9 hits in this baseball game, but it's still within reach. It's just 6-1, but the Wildcats have a lot of work ahead of them, and they need to shut down this 3rd inning. Let's see if they can do it. We'll get the changes for you when we return on Renda Digital TV.
Ever since its arrival in Indiana, Bocelli Pizza has quickly become a favorite place to eat. Start your day with a 12-ounce cup of coffee for just $1. For lunch, treat yourself to a full menu of pizzas, subs, salads, strombolis, pasta, Bocelli rolls, chicken tenders, cheese sticks, and desserts. Eat in, take out, or call for delivery. Bocelli Pizza is open after midnight. At the corner of 10th and Oakland Avenue, Indiana. Make it a Bocelli Pizza Day.
Since 1958, the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club has been the heart of youth sports in the Greater Homer Center School District. From spring to summer, the Booster Sports Complex is alive, with kids learning the great games of baseball and softball, building skills, friendships, and future Wildcats pride. We're proud to be the foundation for varsity excellence. Good luck to the Homer Center Wildcats in the playoffs from the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
If everyone has lemonade stands, I think we can do it. These inspiring words were expressed by Alex Scott, the little girl who was battling childhood cancer and decided to have a lemonade stand in her own backyard to help fundraise for a cure. In honor of Alex and everyone fighting this disease, join S&T Bank May 31st through June 7th at all bank branches for Lemonade Days. Enjoy treats and activities. Help us support research, awareness, and hope for these children and families in need. Let's make people our purpose and build a brighter future together. S&T Bank, member FDIC.
Back with you. Let's amend the score. I started to say 5-1, and I looked at the scoreboard and saw 6-1, but I was right. Scoreboard's wrong. They have now changed it with some advice from the Wildcat coaching staff. So that's better yet. 5-1's better than 6-1. On to pitch, Dom Shimko for the Homer Center Wildcats. Batter is Zach Dick, number 2 hitter. Dick, 1 for 2 in the game. Singled, stole a base, scored a run in the first inning, popped out to Braden Dunn in the second. Been a lot of traffic on the base pass for the Hornets in their first 3 at-bats. They have 5 runs on 9 hits. Wildcats have committed an error, and they stranded 5 through the first 2 innings. Dom Shimko, a sophomore. First pitch to Dick is a ball. 5-1 this season, 4.45 ERA. Pitched in 39 1/3 innings. Steps off. Shimko, 39 1/3 innings. He has allowed 48 hits, 28 runs, 25 of them earned. Has walked 23, struck out 36 for the sophomore. Pitch up high, 2-0. On deck is Elijah Johns. Hornets ended Northern Cambria's season Friday afternoon down the road to Central Cambria 10-2. Wildcats had to wait an extra day for their semifinal. It was originally supposed to be played at 1 o'clock at First Commonwealth Bank Field on Friday against Blacklick Valley, but rains came hard not once but twice, so they pushed it to 6 o'clock Saturday night, and the Wildcats behind Nash Budner, a 6-1 victory. Pitch, runner going, hit to the shortstop off the glove of the pitcher, and Dunn fields the ball. And Braden, a strike to first baseman Noah Turk for the side, retiring out. But they do add 2 more runs on 2 hits. There was a Wildcat error and 1 man left. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning, brought to you by Posick's Auto Shop in Homer City. It's now Hornets 5, Wildcats 1 on Renda Digital TV.
We're the lifeblood of the community.
It's so much more than just a job.
So good patient care is providing top quality care, but also in a timely fashion.
They don't need to go to Pittsburgh for that. They can stay right here in their backyard.
So when a patient walks into your office, you receive them as your family member.
A patient leaves my office feeling heard.
And the focus truly is on what will get us our best patient outcome.
Robindale and its affiliated companies are proud to be a sponsor of all student athletes in the area. For nearly 2 decades, Robindale has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot and scar the western Pennsylvania landscape. To reclimate and beautify these areas, Robindale believes deeply in safety, compliance, and community responsibility. If you would like to become a part of the Robindale team, you can contact them at 814-446-6700, extension 122, or see how Robindale can assist your business at robindale.com.
You know Main Street Hair Design? In Homer City, salons aren't around for 30 years unless they're doing it right. Main Street Hair Design has Tori, your nail technician, for hand-painted designs done your way. She's your artist. She's that good. Styling, perms, cuts, colors, foils, highlights, lowlights, and an esthetician. You're gonna love the eyelash lift and tint. Mani-pedi too. Main Street Hair Design in Homer City. 5 North Main Street. Call now, 724-479-3620.
Now batting number 11, Braden Dunn.
We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Braden Dunn to lead off for Homer Center. He ripped a single into right his first time up, drove home a run. Wildcats with some work to do, trailing 5-1, and the first pitch misses outside. Special thanks to our co-presenting sponsors, Homer City Post 493, American Legion Post 493, longtime backer of Homer Center Athletics. Proud to sponsor the Wildcats. Pleased to be part of today's championship game, playoff game here in Mount Aloysius. Popped behind the screen and out of play. Had the chance to attend their Memorial Day service on Monday, which I have done for quite a few years, and they do it right. Great job as we remember those who have given up their lives to protect ours and our freedoms that we enjoy. Great job to the entire crew there at Post 493. Hit on the ground weekly over the head of third base coach Scott Bauer. Also, Joyce Plumbing and Heating, the best place around to take a leak. For all of your heating, air conditioning, plumbing needs, Joyce Plumbing and Heating in Blairsville. 2-2 pitch to Braden. Hit on the ground to the shortstop. Scalia maybe had trouble with his first chance, but not this one. Routine as he throws on to first baseman Matt Dick for the first out of the inning, and Braden is retired 6-3 by his counterpart at shortstop, Ethan Scalia. That brings up his younger brother, Colin Dunn, who flew out to left in the first inning. First pitch at the knees for a strike. Next pitch, hit on the ground, past the diving third baseman Elijah Johns into left field. Rounding the first base bag is Colin Dunn. Not fleet of foot, but for a bigger young man, he doesn't motor too badly down the third base line. Fourth hit of the game. Dom Shimko, the pitcher, who came on in relief of Turk, takes the first pitch for ball 1. Noah Turk's official line for Homer Center, 2 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 5 runs all earned, walked 2, struck out 2. Pitch at the knees for strike 1. Next pitch, hit in the air, going to drift out of play over the third base dugout, halfway down that left field line. Kyler Sperlin, the pitcher, tall right-handed hurler who's been their leader all season long with a 6-1 record. Over 50 innings pitched coming in, way high with the fastball. 2-2. Dom Shimko calls time. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Number 5 batter in Scott Bauer's lineup card. Pitch inside and upstairs, and the count runs full. Wildcats would love to at least put a couple on the board to climb closer. 5-1, they trail. This one ripped to the shortstop, Scalia. Throws to first, not going to get him. Ball goes to the fence, and heading for second base is Dunn, and Dunn going to get there. That'll be an error on the shortstop. So E6 allows Dunn to go to second base. So 2 outs. Noah Turk takes the ball. Noah flew out to the first baseman, Matt Dick, in the first inning. Fastball low and away. 2-0 on deck is Nash Budner, who was injured there in that last inning, but appears to be no worse for the wear. Swinging the on-deck warm-up bat. Next pitch, a ball, 3-0. Pitch, not even close. Lost him on 4 pitches. First walk of the game for Sperlin, who came into today's action with 23 walks in 50 2/3 innings pitched. That brings up Budner, who offered at a high fastball. That usually gets you in trouble, and it did as he popped out in foul territory to the third baseman, Elijah Johns, to close out the first inning. First and second for Homer Center. 2 outs. Pitch right down the middle for strike 1. Next pitch, popped up, foul territory. This is going to drift out of play, I do believe. No, it's in play right on the warning track, 5 feet in front of the fence, but the first baseman, long way to go, and Matt Dick couldn't get there. Now Nash in a hole, 0-2. He's kind of a free swinger. Look out here, and it's grounded. Busy inning for the shortstop, Scalia, who fields and gloves, throws to the second baseman, shoveled it to Bo Hoover for the side retiring out. Put out goes 6-4. Nothing doing for Homer Center. No runs. There was a hit, an error, and 2 men left. Homer Center stranded 6. We've played 3 complete. Brought to you by Pozik's Auto Shop in the 3rd and 4th innings. We're going to put our intern to work in the 4th inning. Alex Donaldson going to make his debut on Renda Digital TV. When we return, it's 5-1 Hornets over the Wildcats on Renda Digital TV.
When you're in need of auto repairs, the place to go is Pozik's Auto Shop. Pozik's Auto Shop does your normal mechanical repairs, including brakes, exhaust, engine, oil changes, and state inspections. Pozik's also specializes in classic and antique cars. Trust your vehicle to Andrew Pozik when you're in need of repairs. Pozik's Auto Repair on Old Route 119 South, just outside of Homer City. 724-599-4053.
The new Boost Mobile will have unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 per month.
And what do non-employees have to pay?
That is what non-employees pay.
So, if I quit right now, I will still get it.
Yes, but are you quitting?
No, are you quitting?
Big news, Indiana. This is Zach from SeaWorld, now your local Boost Mobile dealer. Unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month. No contracts, no hidden fees, just fast, reliable service at an unbeatable price. Stop by SeaWorld Satellites today and switch to Boost.
The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club continues to soar, and the club is proud to offer newly remodeled facilities for its many members. Voted best social and sportsman's club in Indiana County, the club features a large 3-acre fishing pond that is well-stocked and offers a shooting range that is open year-round. The club takes pride in hosting kid-friendly events and the annual fireworks display for the 4th of July. Inside, club members can enjoy a newly remodeled bar area, the perfect place to unwind and watch your favorite team. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club. Go!
Let's go!
Back with you, it's 5-1 Juniata Valley. Elijah Johns leading off, and count 1-1. And as we come back, we're going to give our intern, Alex Donaldson, a shot behind the wheel. Alex, take over for this 4th inning, brought to you by Posix Auto Shop.
No problem. So, as stated, it's Johns up, and he sends one into left field. Very shallow ball, dropped pretty quickly, and a safe on base for Elijah Johns. Of course, he leads his team in batting average with a .459, and he puts it to work already. So Kyler Sperlin now up to the plate.
Kyler singled in the first, went down swinging in the second.
And that one goes all the way back. As Johns thought about the move. Shimko giving him a look, and he's going to send it to the plate. Swing and a miss. As Sperling goes 0-1. Struck out swinging last time to the plate. This one comes back. And Shimko able to find his man on first. Johns just in time. Quite a few stolen bases already this afternoon for the Hornets, as they'll try to add on to that resume.
Speaking of resumes, Alex Donaldson, our intern, good to have you on board. This is week 3 with us, doing a variety of roles. Morning sports, heard you, did a good job this morning.
This one sent high up into center field, and that's going to drop down right into the glove of Nash Budner. As you saw, Budner was down earlier, nursing a leg injury, but no problem there getting under that ball, and that'll be out number 1 at the top of the 4th.
Alex, like me, you're a big hockey fan, and we talked a lot of hockey coming over. We don't hold it against you that you're from the Philadelphia area, and you're a big Flyers fan.
Absolutely.
And you own every Sidney Crosby jersey imaginable, right? Home, away, alternate.
I've only had 2 Crosby jerseys come through my possession. Not too big a fan of him, obviously. You got to rep the city. As Nathan Rodke is up right now. Got on first base in the first inning. And now up to the plate.
Bounced out to short his second time up. Score.
He shows bunt, and that's enough to make Shimko turn around. And that's going to be a balk against him. Johns will head to second. And just like that, well, Hornets have a man on second base. You can see
Scott Bauer
out now, yeah.
Scott Bauer questioning it. And the umpire, I think, saying he flexed his knee before stepping off. I can't say I saw it, so not sure. I don't think it's going to be overturned. What high school did you go to, Alex? Tell our viewers and listeners.
Hatboro Horsham High School, actually wearing a very similar polo that I do now, but that was always my uniform going into game day. Didn't call too much baseball back then. A little more experience with it in college, more behind the camera and directing.
IUP student and graduating in August, right? Congratulations.
Thank you much. Swing goes up high, over the fence, and through the back. As Rodke now on a 0-2 count, I believe.
0-1.
0-1 still. So after the balk, after the first look by Shimko, he's still looking behind him. And now I'll send it to the plate. Down low. And that'll tie it up 1-1. One out on the inning. Of course, we've seen the Hornets go all the way around the bases in terms of steals. And Johns is already looking at third. Swing and miss. Rodkey 1 and 2.
Shimko came on with 2 outs in the third, replacing Noah Turk.
Yeah, his biggest assignment was getting out of that inning.
Correct.
And now he has a chance to keep his team in position. Now pop fly coming onto the infield, stepping up to make the play and the catch. Braden Dunn can do it at the plate and do it in the outfield. That's an out, number 2. John's in danger, sitting there on second base. And the next man up to bat, we get to see the number here. Logan Harpster will get on.
Designated hitter who's batting for the first baseman, Matt Dick.
There's one in. He swings at that one, reached for it a little bit, and no problem for Dunn. He makes his second catch straight. And that'll bring us to the bottom of the fourth. Quick inning for the Wildcats, and that's exactly what they needed.
No runs, there was a hit, 1 man left. And the Hornets have stranded 7 runners through 3.5 innings. It's 5-1. Alex back with the bottom of the fourth, coming up on Renda Digital TV.
Lots of people still don't realize the benefits of chiropractic health care. It improves balance, muscle flexibility, joints, improves range of motion, athletic coordination, and helps the body recover faster. Many professional athletes use chiropractic health care to improve performance and prevent injuries. See the difference Maine's Chiropractic can make for you. Maine's Chiropractic, Main Street, Homer City. Adjusting today for a better tomorrow.
Ever since its arrival in Indiana, Bocelli Pizza has quickly become a favorite place to eat. Start your day with a 12-ounce cup of coffee for just $1. For lunch, treat yourself to a full menu of pizzas, subs, salads, strombolis, pasta, Bocelli rolls, chicken tenders, cheese sticks, and desserts. Eat in, take out, or call for delivery. Bocelli Pizza is open after midnight. At the corner of 10th and Oakland Avenue, Indiana. Make it a Bocelli Pizza Day.
Dan in a van hasn't returned your call? Chuck in a truck can't get there for 2 months? Stop dealing with fly-by-nighters and call a company that's fully capable for all your plumbing and heating needs. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated is on call 24/7, 365 days a year. Visit us at joyceplumbing.com. That's joyceplumbing.com. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated, the best place in town to take a leak. PA 042115.
Drew Fisher up to the plate, already a 1-1 count. And another one's going to come right down Main Street, a little bit to the outside. The umpire says it's going to be 2-1 count.
Sperlin working very quickly. They have the pitch clock in Major League Baseball. He doesn't need it.
That's another strike here against Fisher. Full count. Another pitch comes in. Had a swing at that one. It bounces just to the outside on the third base line.
I want to thank our co-presenting sponsors, Homer City American Legion Post 493, and also Joyce Plumbing and Heating. When making your choice, make it Joyce, the best place around to take a leak. Fisher popped out in foul territory. That was that sensational play by the catcher, Zach Dick, in the second inning.
Had to duck under that last pitch there, but well high enough for the ball. Still head to the first base.
That brings up number 7, Connor Diarman.
Next man up to bat is going to be Connor Diarman. Did not come up to the plate until the second inning. He also struck out swinging. Obviously trying to keep that alive is Sperlin. He sends one to the outside this way. And that's going to be ball 1. Man already on first after the initial walk of the inning. Sperlin sends another one in, right down the middle that time. Tireman caught looking. Comes back to first. We'll see what the call is, and the official staying safe as Matt Dick was able to get that glove down and made it a little closer. And Fisher was comfortable about. Tireman showing a bunt formation there, but pulls back on it, and it falls to the outside. 2-1 now the count. Another attempted bunt there. Instead, misses. It's going to be 2-2. Tireman looking for the hit. Instead, he missed that ball. Another straight strikeout for number 7. And Sperlin's rolling now 2 outs this inning.
One out actually. Alex, yeah. I had a phone call from Reading, Pennsylvania. Wasn't the railroad. You're old enough to remember Monopoly. So we had a leadoff walk and then a strikeout in Braden Rado, 1 for 2. Has scored Homer Center's only run, led off the game with the single and came around to score.
Sperlin sends one in. Too far this way. It'll be 2-0. Now this one hit to third base, looking for the double play. Can they get it? An error there as the ball goes wide. Elijah Johns initially caught that ball, sent it to second. And the reaction to get it to first, that's a little bit out of reach for Matt Dick.
So the putout goes 5-4. Rado aboard on a fielder's choice and advances to second. It's going to be a throwing error on the second baseman, Hoover. Second error of the game for the Hornets. The Wildcats with a runner in scoring position, but now 2 outs. Boy, one thing with the AstroTurf, you get those nice convenient hops. And that's what the third baseman, Johns, got.
Yeah, it's easy to read when that ball's coming towards you, but through the air, not as easy, evidently. Nate Burchell up to the plate now. Well, the lead man did get out on that last play. So dangerous territory here as Sperlin has a chance to get a strikeout and close out the inning. Now that hits the batter instead. And going down in somewhat of a heat is Burchell.
Yeah, that was a fastball with some mustard, and Bob Rupert, the trainer, has been busy here this afternoon. He had to attend to center fielder Nash Budner, and now the hit batsman, I'm not sure where that got him, but it hit him solid.
Yeah, up near that left shoulder. And
John Smathers, our digital manager, saying on the left, above the left elbow. That would not feel good. Hey, some sunshine today here at Mount Aloysius College. Nice little campus. Your first time, I think, on the campus of Mount Aloysius.
Yeah, it was took a couple minutes to find the field back here, but once we found that field house right behind.
Originally, John had called us on the way here, and they had to do Indiana playoff video game last year from beyond the outfield fence, which is a long way because there's no press box. But John and Scott Bauer, the Homer Center manager, conferred, and he invited us right into his house, right into the first base dugout. And the college dugouts are bigger. And Burchell going to get a drink, and it looks like he's going to continue.
Yeah, nobody taking a spot on first, and so once he gets back out on the field, it's going to be Homer Center with a man on first and second. And the big man, Braden Dunn, stepping up to the plate. Obviously, a player injury, not ideal, but men on base, the Wildcats will definitely take.
Big opportunity for Homer Center with one of their best hitters, right a couple notches below Rado with batting average. Braden Dunn, 1 for 2 today with an RBI single. 2 out, 2 on. Let's see, Alex, if the Wildcats senior, Braden Dunn, can deliver.
Of course, you can't ignore the homer he has on his resume this season as well. He swings for that one. Up high, goes behind, does go out of play. And that'll be strike one.
No hits in the inning, a walk and a hit batsman for Sperlin. Good curveball.
Yeah, right down the middle, it ended up. And Dunn caught looking on that one, strike two. Up high, that'll be ball one. And Zach Dick looked to maybe throw that ball to second. And got back there in time. Berlin sends another one in, and Dunn responds with a swing. This one going to go out of play. That Dick was chasing it for just a little bit before seeing it on the other side of the fence. And the count stays 1-2. Some movement by the Wildcats before the pitch. And ends up going a little too low and to the outside. 2-2. Sperlin trying to spend some of those balls that he has left this inning. That one hits the dirt on its way in. And Zach Dick stepping up to make the play, sending it to second, and he's going to be safe there. So full count now. Pressure definitely being felt on the plate. Dunn takes that ball, sends it high into center field. Still driving, but it's caught in the outfield by Sager. So no hits ultimately this inning as Sperlin able to navigate his team out of it. Had 2 men on base, but they're stranded. And the score stays the same after the 4th inning. No runs on either half. And we'll be back with the 5th inning quite shortly.
IRMC at Chestnut Ridge is your keystone to your family's healthy life. 3D mammography, dermatology, pediatrics, physical and occupational therapy, sports medicine, and many more vital life services. And of course, Urgicare. 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. IRMC at Chestnut Ridge, next to the Chestnut Ridge Golf Resort. Get in, get out, get better.
Homer City American Legion Post 493, a longtime backer of Homer Center Athletics, is pleased to be a part of today's broadcast and wishes the best of luck to the Homer Center Wildcats this season. Homer City American Legion Post 493 has served Homer City and our veterans for more than half a century. They are a staple of the community and believe in giving back. So have fun today, teams. Represent your communities well from your friends at the Homer City American Legion Post 493.
You know Main Street Hair Design? In Homer City, salons aren't around for 30 years unless they're doing it right. Main Street Hair Design has Tori, your nail technician. For hand-painted designs done your way, she's your artist. She's that good. Styling, perms, cuts, colors, foils, highlights, lowlights, and an esthetician. You're gonna love the eyelash lift and tint. Mani-pedi too. Main Street Hair Design in Homer City. 5 North Main Street. Call now, 724-479-3620.
We were bringing up the facilities.
Back with you at Mount Aloysius, looking out beyond the outfield fence. Scoreboard says 5-1. That scoreboard, as you might see, is mounted on the field house. We've done a lot of District 6 playoff baseball there. First pitch fouled behind the screen. And they have it mounted right against the brick on the field house, the athletic complex portion of campus, also a softball field and tennis courts. Right now, the scoreboard not favoring the good guys, Homer Center. They trail 5-1 as the Hornets bat in the top of the 5th inning. 0-2 count on the leadoff man, right fielder Vincent Hoover. He's 0 for 2, bounced out to the shortstop, or to the first baseman, Dom Shimko in the first. There's a wave, a check swing, and a miss for a strikeout as Dom Shimko fooled him badly. Good start. First time in the game that the Wildcats have kept the leadoff man off base. That brings up number 8 hitter Bo Hoover, who's 1 for 2. Single, stole a base, and scored a run in the second. Struck out swinging in the third. First pitch, a strike, as sophomore Dom Shimko has stepped in and done a nice job in relief of Turk. Needs to keep it at bay here, and the pitch upstairs for a ball. 1-1 on Hoover. Blaine Sager on deck. He's walked twice in this game, scored a run. Walks normally hurt you. Pitch, called strike 2. Perfect pitch on the outer edge at the knees. One and two on Hoover. High. Count levels off at 2-2. Winner of this game, both teams going to the state tournament, so that's the good news. The better news for the winner is they get a home game on Monday before things turn to neutral sites on Thursday. Called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Dom Shimko. First one swinging to Hoover. Second one called out on strikes. So the Hoover cousins are hoovered, vacuumed right back to the dugout. That'll bring up Blaine Sager. Swing and a miss, left-handed hitter, only lefty in the lineup. Alex, many, many, many years ago, John Smathers would remember this. The Pittsburgh Pirates had a famous announcer, legendary Hall of Famer, pitch inside. His name was Bob Prince. They called him the Gunner. And when AstroTurf came into play in the early 70s, he'd had phrases like bug on the rug and let's turn a Hoover. And that was a double play, a Hoover. Pitch for a ball, 2-1.
Well, if you recall in this game, it definitely could be possible. And it hasn't been abnormal for the Hornets to get on base, but recently, Homer City's really started to step up defensively.
2-1 pitch, up high, and Sager, I don't know what it is about him, but the Wildcats can't find the strike zone against the number 9 hitter. He's one pitch away for walking for a third time. Dom Shimko off the mound, behind the mound onto the AstroTurf, collects himself. Now timeout called. Good mechanics, Dom Shimko. Here's the pitch. Down low, he lost him. Third straight time that Sager has reached on the free pass. Homer Center pitchers, Noah Turk and Dom Shimko, have walked 3. All 3. Blaine Sager.
Yeah, it's tough to figure out a lefty hitter, especially if he's the only one batting today.
Scalia, speaking of figuring out, they haven't figured him out at all. He's 3 for 3. He's hit the ball hard all 3 times. Stole a base, scored the first run for the Hornets in the top of the first inning. Short lead for Sager. Pitch, curveball, runner going. And Rado, a strike, but not handled on a hop by Burchell. So stolen base for Sager. Fifth stolen base of the game for the Hornets, and they have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs, and Dom Shimko wants a new ball. It's different for everybody when you're not used to playing on turf. Wildcats, I'm not sure if I think they played West Shamokin at home. I'm trying to think if they've played any other games on turf this year. But the ball reacts much differently. Here's the pitch. Curveball bounced it. Good job by Braden Rado. bounced out and blocked that ball. 1-1 on Scalia. Walking him wouldn't be the worst thing in the world with an open base at first. Matter of fact, I might have sent him down there, but I'm not coaching. I'm at the other end of the dugout, thanks to Coach Bauer, allowing us in to broadcast the game, or would have been out 400 feet plus away from home plate. No press box here, as we've mentioned, at Mount Aloysius. Winner of this game, a home game Monday, and they will play Carmichael's, the District 7 or WPIAL runner-up. They lost to Sarah Catholic 9-0. That's who the winner of this game will get. Loser will go to Southern Fulton or Rockwood. Here's the pitch. Popped back to the screen. And Dom Shimko ahead on the count. 1-2. Southern Fulton, oh boy, that's not a fun ride. Come back, Wildcats need to come back and play at First Commonwealth Bank Field. Make a big comeback here, that's what they'll do on Monday. Juniata Valley High School, located in Alexandria, Pennsylvania. Shimko has the one he wants. 1-2 pitch, curveball, called, strike 3. He ends up striking out the sides. Juniata Valley, nothing across for the second inning in a row, no hits. There was a walk, one man left. They've stranded 8, we've played 5. Hornets continue to lead Homer Center 5-1 on Renda Digital TV.
Lots of people still don't realize the benefits of chiropractic health care. It improves balance, muscle flexibility, joints, improves range of motion, athletic coordination, and helps the body recover faster. Many professional athletes use chiropractic health care to improve performance and prevent injuries. See the difference Maine's Chiropractic can make for you. Maine's Chiropractic, Main Street, Homer City. Adjusting today for a better tomorrow.
Looking to experience luxury with your next vehicle? Then look no further than Luther Lincoln. From the full-size Lincoln Navigator to the mid-size Lincoln Aviator or the Lincoln Nautilus and Corsair crossovers, Luther has the Lincoln you want. With complimentary pickup and delivery for service, or being able to schedule your service appointments online, Luther Lincoln wants to make your experience a pleasant one. Luther Lincoln, your choice for Lincoln. Route 119, Homer City. Click on lutherlincoln.net.
If everyone has lemonade stands, I think we can do it. These inspiring words were expressed by Alex Scott, the little girl who was battling childhood cancer and decided to have a lemonade stand in her own backyard to help fundraise for a cure. In honor of Alex and everyone fighting this disease, join S&T Bank May 31st through June 7th at all bank branches for Lemonade Days. Enjoy treats and activities, help us support research, awareness, and hope for these children and families in need. Let's make people our purpose and build a brighter future together. S&T Bank, member FDIC.
Bottom of the 5th, Homer Center's freshman Colin Dunn leads off. 76th pitch of the game from Kyler Spurgeon is hit down the left field line, out of play beyond the fence, but hit with some authority. Wind blowing out here today. As I mentioned, 334 to the left field foul pole and to the right field foul pole. 388 to the left field gap, 386 to left center, 388 to right center. 1-1 on Dunn. Collins 1 for 2. This one hit in the air, and center fielder with good wills, Blaine Sager, comes in to make the catch. So they erase the leadoff man, Colin Dunn. Dom Shimko, the pitcher, who's done a nice job since coming on. Sperlin started this inning with 74 pitches. You're allowed 105 in PIAA playoff action. Pitch to Shimko, who's 0 for 1. Hit by a pitch in the first inning, lined out to short in the third. And the pitch hit weakly, fielded on a big hop off. Nope, they're going to say foul ball, fielded by the third baseman, by Elijah Johns, who would have had a tough throw off balance. But it was foul, as ruled by the home plate umpire. Fifth and sixth innings being brought to you by our friends at Maine's Chiropractic. Adjusting today for a better tomorrow. Main Street in Homer City. Pitch. Hit in the air. Center fielder coming on and has it measured. Same result. Blaine Sager retires Shimko on two similar well-struck balls off of the bats of Colin Dunn and Dom Shimko. So 2 up, 2 down. Brings up the number 6 hitter, Noah Turk, who's 0 for 1. Popped up to the first baseman, Dick, in the first inning. Walked in the third. First pitch, a strike to Big Noah, a senior. This one well wide, hit in the left-handed batter's box and back to the backstop. And it's 1-1. First base coach Jim McLaughlin down at third. Scott Bauer, the manager. This pitch, a ball. He bounced that one as well. And it's 2-1. Wildcats looking for some two-out lightning here in the fifth. They trail 5-1, as you can see on the screen. Pitch, 3-1. Nash Budner on deck. Catcher Zach Dick going to go out and talk to Sperlin. Sperlin, complete game against Northern Cambria. Actually, let me correct that. He pitched 6 2/3 innings. He allowed just 2 hits and 2 unearned runs in that 10-2 victory. Wildcats touched him up for 3 hits in the first inning, but only 1 since, and that's ball 4. Went back to the screen. I like the hustle of Zach Dick. He went flying back at that ball as Turk also hustling up the first base line. And Dick has this turf figured out because as he reached the brown portion of the carpet, he slid at the ball. This one hit on the ground and off of the glove of the third baseman. That'll be an error on Elijah Johns.
That brings up number 4, Drew Fisher.
Now those kind of hits that hit really shallow in the infield seems to be the only strategy the Wildcats can consistently go with. Anything that's going up high, like you said, the wind's going straight out from home plate, so anything that's getting up there is getting enough speed to end up in a glove in the outfield. This will end up differently.
Fisher pops up in foul territory. Third baseman Elijah Johns with the grab for the side retiring out. I think they ruled that a hit for Budner, so we'll double check with that. But the inning is over regardless. We've played 5 innings. Score remains Hornets 5, Wildcats 1 as we head to the 6th on Renda Digital TV.
We're the lifeblood of the community.
It's so much more than just a job.
So good patient care is providing top quality care, but also in a timely fashion.
They don't need to go to Pittsburgh for that. They can stay right here in their backyard.
So when a patient walks into your office, you receive them as your family member.
A patient leaves my office feeling heard.
And the focus truly is on what will get us our best patient outcome.
Homer City American Legion Post 493, a longtime backer of Homer Center Athletics, is pleased to be a part of today's broadcast and wishes the best of luck to the Homer Center Wildcats this season. Homer City American Legion Post 493 has served Homer City and our veterans for more than half a century. They are a staple of the community and believe in giving back. So have fun today, teams. Represent your communities well. From your friends at the Homer City American Legion Post 493.
Tom Budner's Heating and Cooling would like to congratulate Nash Budner and the Homer Center baseball team on an outstanding season and wishes the team success in today's game. Dedication, desire, persistence, and teamwork are qualities that make for a successful sports team and also for a successful business like Tom Budner's Heating and Cooling, the area's premier Air Ease dealer. Wishing Nash and the Homer Center baseball team success from Pap and everyone at Budner's Heating and Cooling.
Back with you, top of the 6th inning for the Hornets. 2-3-4 hitters. Zach Dick to lead off against Dom Shimko, who's been very good here in this game. This one grounded up the middle for a base hit. And speaking of base hits, that was ruled a base hit for Nash Budner to close out that fifth inning prior to Drew Fisher's pop-out in foul territory. First hit since the fourth inning single of Elijah Johns, who steps in. The number 3 hitter, their best average, .459, belongs to Johns. Shimko will chase the runner, Dick, back, who had a stolen base in the second inning. (5-1) Hornets. 11th hit of the game. This one popped up in the infield. Back onto the edge of the turf where the grass turns to natural surface in short left field, making the grab. Braden Dunn for the first out of the inning. Infield all the way to the back edge, artificial surface if you tuned in late, and then natural surface in the outfield. Cleanup hitter and pitcher Kyler Sperlin, 1 for 3 in the game. Drove home the first 2 runs with a sharp single to left in the first inning. Pitch way high. Radin's throw to second. He's dead at second base. Put out goes 2-4 as Burchell made the put out for the second out of the inning. Want to know the count on Sperlin. Base is clean now. Home plate umpire Brent DeRofi asked for an appeal, but he didn't go. 2-0. DeRofi came over and told me between innings he prefers games at First Commonwealth Field, particularly the state playoff games, because we treat them to great food. As we usually have a little buffet up in the press box. 3-0. Shimko behind on the count. Squaring to bunt. That's just to try to throw the pitcher Shimko off, but he didn't bite. Next pitch, chopped weakly to the third baseman. Playing it nicely is Colin Dunn. His throw to first erases Sperlin for the side, retiring out. There was no runs. There was a hit, but he was caught stealing. Nobody left for the first time in the game for the Hornets. Head to the bottom of the sixth, brought to you by Maine's Chiropractic. Adjusting today for a better tomorrow. It's 5-1 Hornets. Wildcats need to get out the bats when we return on Renda Digital TV.
Since 1958, the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club has been the heart of youth sports in the Greater Homer Center School District. From spring to summer, the Boosters Sports Complex is alive, with kids learning the great games of baseball and softball, building skills, friendships, and future Wildcats pride. We're proud to be the foundation for varsity excellence. Good luck to the Homer Center Wildcats in the playoffs from the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
Dan in a van hasn't returned your call? Chuck in a truck can't get there for 2 months? Stop dealing with fly-by-nighters and call a company that's fully capable for all your plumbing and heating needs. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated is on call 24/7, 365 days a year. Visit us at joyceplumbing.com. That's joyceplumbing.com. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated, the best place in town to take a leak. PA 042115.
IRMC at Chestnut Ridge is your keystone to your family's healthy life. 3D mammography, dermatology, pediatrics, physical and occupational therapy, sports medicine, and many more vital life services. And of course, Urgicare. 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. IRMC at Chestnut Ridge, next to the Chestnut Ridge Golf Resort. Get in, get out, get better. Matt Zerfoss pinch hitting leading off the bottom of the sixth. Grounds one to short.
Short hop nicely by the third baseman Elijah Johns. A quick bobble, but he recovers and throws on to first baseman Matt Dick. 1 pitch, 1 out. Put out goes 5-3. Top of the order, Braden Dunn. Let's see if he can get the rally started here with the Wildcats down by 4. By the way, should this game stay the way it is, Homer Center would travel to Southern Fulton on Monday. They defeated Rockwood 13-0 in a mercy rule game that lasted only 4.5 innings. Pitch right down the middle for strike 1. 1-1 on Braden, who led off with a sharp single and scored the only run for Homer Center. Reached on an error in the second on the shortstop Scalia. Bounced out to third in the fourth. This one hit in the air to pretty deep left field. Left fielder Rodkey going back, and he misplays it. It bounces against the 4-foot fence. And pretty tough play. I bet that would be ruled a double, but let's confirm it. He appeared to have it measured. No, it is ruled a double as they flash the hit on the board. So Rado 2 for 4. That brings up Nate Burchell, who took one right on the elbow from Sperlin his last time up, but stayed in the game. Pitch for a ball. 1 on, 1 out. Next pitch. Good looking fastball, 1-1. Sperlin doesn't waste any time. This one ripped foul down the third base line. Good turn by Burchell. Kyler Sperlin, solidly built. Pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Just the third strikeout for Sperlin. Wildcats have put the bat on the ball for the most part. Braden Dunn looking to drive home his second run of the game. He's responsible for the first run when Rado touched home plate with an RBI single. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Pitch up above the letters, 1-1. Didn't miss by much. Wildcats need a big 2-out hit to climb a little bit closer. Pop behind the screen. And Sperlin's ahead on the count, 2 strikes and a ball. On deck, younger brother Colin Dunn. Pitch, popped up, going to drift out of play. First baseman Matt Dick gives chase, but it's near the first base bullpen, right field line bullpen. So the count holds at 1-2. Matt Zerfoss led off, bounced out to the third baseman Johns. Braden Rado with a double to deep left that rattled the cage out there near the 334 mark. Burchell struck out swinging. Pitch to Braden Dunn, grounded in the hole, diving attempt, unable to come up with it. Scalia, Rado rounds third, scores on the RBI single from Braden Dunn. Great effort by Scalia. He would have never gotten done, but he would have saved a run if he was able to come up with it. So 2 hits for Braden Dunn. What else is new? And another RBI. His 22nd of the season. That brings up Colin Dunn, who's 1 for 3. The freshman flew out to left, flew out to center in between a single in the third inning. This one lined into left for another hit. So the Wildcats with 3 hits in the inning, and they're doing some damage with 2 outs, and that brings up pitcher Dom Shimko. And here comes Juniata Valley manager Jeff Henser. See if I can quickly check the pitch count on Sperlin. Shimko 0 for 2 takes the first pitch for a strike. Next pitch, grounded to the shortstop Scalia, flips to second baseman Hoover for the side retiring out. The Wildcats do score a run. They do it on 3 hits. No errors, 2 men stranded. Homer Center, 4, 6, 8, 10. They've stranded 10 base runners in this baseball game. And we head to the 7th. It's 5-2. Juniata Valley. Special thanks to Maine's Chiropractic for bringing you the 5th and 6th innings right here on Renda Digital TV.
963-895.
Lots of people still don't realize the benefits of chiropractic health care. It improves balance, muscle flexibility, joints, improves range of motion, athletic coordination, and helps the body recover faster. Many professional athletes use chiropractic health care to improve performance and prevent injuries. See the difference Maine's Chiropractic can make for you. Maine's Chiropractic, Main Street, Homer City. Adjusting today for a better tomorrow.
Looking to experience luxury with your next vehicle? Then look no further than Luther Lincoln. From the full-size Lincoln Navigator to the mid-size Lincoln Aviator or the Lincoln Nautilus and Corsair crossovers, Luther has the Lincoln you want. With complimentary pickup and delivery for service or being able to schedule your service appointments online, Luther Lincoln wants to make your experience a pleasant one. Luther Lincoln, your choice for Lincoln. Route 119, Homer City. Click on lutherlincoln.net.
If everyone has lemonade stands, I think we can do it. These inspiring words were expressed by Alex Scott, the little girl who was battling childhood cancer and decided to have a lemonade stand in her own backyard to help fundraise for a cure. In honor of Alex and everyone fighting this disease, join S&T Bank May 31st through June 7th at all bank branches for Lemonade Days. Enjoy treats and activities. Help us support research, awareness, and hope for these children and families in need. Let's make people our purpose and build a brighter future together. S&T Bank, member FDIC.
Back with you at Mount Aloysius College. We head to the 7th inning. Brought to you by the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club, serving the youth of the Homer Center School District since 1958. Leading off for the Hornets, Nathan Rodke. 5, 6, 7 hitters due against the sophomore Dom Shimko. This one hit in the air. Center fielder Nash Budner back several steps straight away, makes the catch. Juniata Valley pitcher Kyler Sperlin has exhausted his pitch allowance. He's at 107. You're only allowed 105, but you are allowed to finish the batter, which he did. That brings up Logan Harpster, who's 1 for 3. Weak one hopper back to the pitcher Shimko, lobs it over to first baseman Noah Turk. 2 up, 2 down. What's what you want? A quick inning here in the 7th, and come back in and to the bat rack for the Wildcats and put some runs on the board.
Now batting number 15, Vincent Hoover.
Pitch to Vincent Hoover, who's 0 for 3 in the game. Next pitch, chop foul right at home plate. Samantha Snedden, our producer. John Smathers, our digital manager in the house, running the camera for this game. 0-2 on Vincent Hoover, his cousin Bo Hoover on deck. Next pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Great job by Dom Shimko in relief, doesn't allow a run. To the bat rack go the Wildcats here in the bottom of the 7th with some work to do. They trail 5-2. Last chance for Homer Center to look for their 7th District 6 championship. They've done it in dramatic fashion before. Can they do it again? We'll find out on Renda Digital TV.
When you're in need of auto repairs, the place to go is Posix Auto Shop. Posix Auto Shop does your normal mechanical repairs, including brakes, exhaust, engine, oil changes, and state inspections. Posix also specializes in classic and antique cars. Trust your vehicle to Andrew Posix when you're in need of repairs. Posix Auto Repair on Old Route 119 South, just outside of Homer City. 724-599-4053.
The new Boost Mobile will have unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 per month.
And what do non-employees have to pay?
That is what non-employees pay.
So, if I quit right now, I will still get it.
Yes, but are you quitting?
No, are you quitting?
Big news, Indiana. This is Zach from SeaWorld, now your local Boost Mobile dealer. Unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month. No contracts, no hidden fees, just fast, reliable service at an unbeatable price. Stop by SeaWorld Satellites today and switch to Boost.
The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club continues to soar, and the club is proud to offer newly remodeled facilities for its many members. Voted best social and sportsman's club in Indiana County, the club features a large 3-acre fishing pond that is well-stocked and offers a shooting range that is open year-round. The club takes pride in hosting kid-friendly events and the annual fireworks display for the 4th of July. Inside, club members can enjoy a newly remodeled bar area, the perfect place to unwind and watch your favorite team. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club. Go!
Let's go! See when he back with you. We'll see if we can see who the catcher is. Zach Dick, the catcher, is now pitching. We'll check his stats. 1.35 ERA, 1-2 record. Dick just 10 1/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 8 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned. Walked 6, struck out 6 in his limited action. Not sure who the catcher is. We were trying to catch that, no pun intended. '18 is the catcher. Sunderland. Leading off for the Homer Center Wildcats, last chance here. 6, 7, 8 hitters do. Noah Turk takes the first pitch from Zach Dick for a ball. 1-1. Turk 0 for 1. He's walked twice. Popped out to the first baseman, Dick. Ground ball to the third baseman, Elijah Johns, across to the first baseman, Matt Dick, for the first out of the inning. Should this score hold, the Wildcats would head to Southern Fulton on Monday. We would hope to have the game for you on radio or video, depending on facilities and a lot of other factors. Pitch. PIAA would have to grant us approval to video. 1-0 on Nash Budner, who's 1 for 3, takes the pitch for a strike. Nash popped out in foul territory to the third baseman Johns in the first, grounded out to short in the third, and singled in the fifth. This one hit off of the glove of the third baseman Johns. Throw across the diamond, never going to be in time. That's going to be an infield single. Good effort by Elijah Johns. Second hit for Budner. 9th hit of the game for Homer Center. That brings up Drew Fisher, who's 0 for 2. A walk sandwiched around 2 pop-outs in foul territory. Pitch in there for a strike. Starting catcher, Zach Dick, who's now pitching. A sensational play right against the screen. Lob toss from Zach Dick over to first. like to welcome all of the Juniata Valley fans who couldn't be here today that are tuned in. I know they spread the word about today's broadcast. Wave and a miss. Strike 2 on Drew Fisher. Nobody on the on-deck circle for Homer Center. Let's see if we're going to have another pinch hitter perhaps. Good lead by Budner. Pitch way outside. Nash was injured earlier in this game, back in the 3rd inning. 1-2 pitch. Swing at a high fastball. He struck him out. The starting pitcher, Kyler Sperlin, 6 innings, allowed 8 hits, 1 run. It was earned. Walked 2, struck out 3, hit 2 batters. For Homer Center, that's going to bring up a freshman pinch hitter, Eli Turk.
Pinch hitting number 22, Eli Turk.
Consults with third base coach and manager Scott Bauer. So barring a major rally, the Wildcats are going to hit the road to Fulton County on Monday against the District 5 champions. Hit by a pitch. And to the top of the order we go. Good news for Homer Center. Braden Rado delivered a big double in the 6th inning. Scored the 2nd run. He scored both Homer Center runs that are on the scoreboard. He's 2 for 4. He's been on base all 4 times. Singled and scored in the 1st, reached on an error in the 2nd, reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th, and doubled in the 6th. Pitch to Braden. Good pitch from Zach Dick for a strike. New catcher entering the game off of the bench, Kevin Sunderland. Keep in mind, in the quarterfinal game, the Wildcats trailed by 3, heading to the bottom of the 7th and scored 4 runs to win it 10-9. This one hit behind the third base dugout. They've had some dramatic late inning victories. One at West Shamokin, another at Marion Center during the regular season, and then none more dramatic than a walk-off 4-run bottom of the 7th to stun Claysburg 10-9, send them packing. 0-2 on Rado. Wildcats down to their last strike. Dick's pitch chopped at the feet of Braden. Nine hits for the Wildcats, 11 for the Hornets. Homer Center stranded runners in every inning. Have stranded at least 2 in 5 of the first 6 innings. 0-2 pitch. Curveball, he thought about it. Good hold by Braden. Home plate umpire Brent DeRofi. State playoffs start Monday. We'll have Indiana on Renda Digital TV, we hope, if we get approval, at the White Township Sports Complex. Next pitch, grounded. Third baseman can't handle it. Gets past him into left field, rounding third. And heading for home is Nash Budner, and it's 5-3. 10th hit of the game.
Hit brings up number 5, Nathan Burchell.
Rado's 3rd hit of the game. That brings up Nate Burchell with the tying run, standing at first base. Braden Dunn on deck. Wouldn't you love to see Braden come up with the bases loaded and end this thing? Pitch, outside corner for strike 1 to Burchell. Infield single in the 1st, flew out to right in the 2nd, struck out swinging in the 6th, also hit by a pitch, took a hard one on the elbow from the starter, Sperlin. Pitch, a little bit low on the curveball. Good pitch by Zach Dick. 2 on, 2 out, 5-3 the score, 1-1 count. on Burchell. Pitch way high. 2-1. Again, Zach Dick has not pitched a lot, only 10 innings this season. Pitch, backed him off the plate. 3-1 with Braden Dunn swinging a bat on the on-deck circle. Might even consider taking one here. Pitch, he does, hit it's way high anyway. And the bases are juiced for Homer Center's. Can't say best hitter average-wise, but he and let's call Dunn and Braden Rado 1 and 1A in whatever order you want to pick. Defense are going to call the entire infield in. They have a force at any base. In Dick's defense, a couple of balls that certainly weren't routine, but fieldable. For Homer Center, Jared Scher, pinch runner. Curtis, that would be a pinch runner. He would be the winning run at first base. So Braden Dunn, the senior, a chance to be a hero. A hit to the outfield with 2 outs, and they are playing deep against Dunn. They're playing no doubles. A hit ties the game easily. First pitch is strike as Dick goes from the windup. That allows all 3 runners to get big jumps. They can get big leadoffs with him going from the windup. Here's the pitch. Down and away, 1-1. The Wildcats trailing by 2. Tying run at second base and Dunn, the winning run Scherer at first base. Pitch to Braden. Hit on the bounce foul of the third base bag. 1-2 on Braden Dunn, who has the bat, as you can see, behind his neck and now stands deep, protects the plate a little bit, chokes up on that bat handle. Zach Dick steps off. 1-2, bases juiced, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Curveball hit into center field. It's going to fall, gets by the center fielder. Touching home plate is Turk, second base. The Scherer touches home plate, and the Wildcats have done it again. A double and a bear on the center fielder, and Homer Center walks it off in the bottom of the 7th inning. As Turk scored, Rado scored, and Scherer scored. Diving attempt by the center fielder, Blaine Sager, and he came up short, and the ball bounced by him, and Scherer raced all the way around from first base, and the Cardiac Kids have done it again. They win it here by a final score of 6-5 with 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Unbelievable. Stay with us for our S&T Bank postgame show coming up next on Renda Digital TV.
Everyone has lemonade stands. I think we can do it. These inspiring words were expressed by Alex Scott, the little girl who was battling childhood cancer and decided to have a lemonade stand in her own backyard to help fundraise for a cure. In honor of Alex and everyone fighting this disease, join S&T Bank May 31st through June 7th at all bank branches for Lemonade Days. Enjoy treats and activities. Help us support research, awareness, and hope for these children and families in need. Let's make people our purpose and build a brighter future together. S&T Bank, member FDIC.
Homer Homer City American Legion Post 493, a longtime backer of Homer Center Athletics, is pleased to be a part of today's broadcast and wishes the best of luck to the Homer Center Wildcats this season. Homer City American Legion Post 493 has served Homer City and our veterans for more than half a century. They are a staple of the community and believe in giving back. So have fun today, teams. Represent your communities well. From your friends at the Homer City American Legion Post 493.
Dan in a van hasn't returned your call? Chuck in a truck can't get there for 2 months? Stop dealing with fly-by-nighters and call a company that's fully capable for all your plumbing and heating needs. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated is on call 24/7, 365 days a year. Visit us at joyceplumbing.com. That's joyceplumbing.com. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated, the best place in town to take a leak. PA 042115.
Robindale and its affiliated companies are proud to be a sponsor of all student athletes in the area. For nearly 2 decades, Robindale has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot and scar the western Pennsylvania landscape. To reclimate and beautify these areas, Robindale believes deeply in safety, compliance, and community responsibility. If you would like to become a part of the Robindale team, you can contact them at 814-446-6700, extension 122, or see how Robindale can assist your business at robindale.com.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
Looking to experience luxury with your next vehicle? Then look no further than Luther Lincoln. From the full-size Lincoln Navigator to the mid-size Lincoln Aviator or the Lincoln Nautilus and Corsair crossovers, Luther has the Lincoln you want. With complimentary pickup and delivery for service or being able to schedule your service appointments online, Luther Lincoln wants to make your experience a pleasant one. Luther Lincoln, your choice for Lincoln. Route 119, Homer City. Click on lutherlincoln.net.
Back with you at Mount Aloysius College, the Homer Center Wildcats getting their championship medals as they have claimed the 7th district championship in school history. And with it, they earn a state playoff game at home on Monday against Carmichael's. I know there's some fans in the way of the camera, but John trying to get the Wildcats on camera as we recap this game here today. 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th for Homer Center. Trailing 5-2. Noah Turk bounced out to lead off the bottom of the 6th. Then Budner singled. Strikeout for Drew Fisher. It looked bleak. 2 outs, 1 on. But reliever Zach Dick hit pinch hitter Eli Turk. So it was first and second. Braden Rado singled to keep things going past the third baseman Elijah Johns. So the bases were loaded at that point after a walk to Nate Burchell. So bases loaded, 1 run in, and Braden Dunn line drive single to center. The center fielder, Blaine Sager, came on, made a diving attempt, came up short. It got past him, and everybody raced home except for Dunn, who ended up at second base. So we ruled it a single E8, and that allowed the winning run Shearer, the pinch hitter, or pinch runner, to race all the way around. So 4 runs, 3 hits, an error, and it didn't matter that Dunn was stranded in that case. 13, the Wildcats strand. Great job by Dom Shimko in relief to earn the win. We're going to have post-game reaction from manager Scott Bauer and a couple of the starters of the game. Brought to you by S&T Bank. S&T Bank, people forward banking. Coming back with more on the S&T Bank post-game show after this on Renda Digital TV.
You know Main Street Hair Design? In Homer City, salons aren't around for 30 years unless they're doing it right. Main Street Hair Design has Tori, your nail technician, for hand-painted designs done your way. She's your artist. She's that good. Styling, perms, cuts, colors, foils, highlights, lowlights, and an esthetician. You're gonna love the eyelash lift and tint. Mani-pedi too. Main Street Hair Design in Homer City. 5 North Main Street. Call now, 724-479-3620.
The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club continues to soar, and the club is proud to offer newly remodeled facilities for its many members. Voted best social and sportsman's club in Indiana County, the club features a large 3-acre fishing pond that is well stocked and offers a shooting range that is open year-round. The club takes pride in hosting kid-friendly events and the annual fireworks display for the 4th of July. Inside, club members can enjoy a newly remodeled bar area, the perfect place to unwind and watch your favorite team. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club. Go!
Let's go! The new Boost Mobile will have unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 per month.
And what do non-employees have to pay?
That is what non-employees pay.
So, if I quit right now, I will still get it.
Yes, but are you quitting?
No, are you quitting?
Big news, Indiana. This is Zach from SeaWorld, now your local Boost Mobile dealer. Unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month. No contracts, no hidden fees, just fast, reliable service at an unbeatable price. Stop by SeaWorld Satellites today and switch to Boost.
Ever since its arrival in Indiana, Bocelli Pizza has quickly become a favorite place to eat. Start your day with a 12-ounce cup of coffee for just $1. For lunch, treat yourself to a full menu of pizzas, subs, salads, strombolis, pasta, Bocelli rolls, chicken tenders, cheese sticks, and desserts. Eat in, take out, or call for delivery. Bocelli Pizza is open after midnight. At the corner of 10th and Oakland Avenue, Indiana. Make it a Bocelli Pizza Day.
Since 1958, the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club has been the heart of youth sports in the Greater Homer Center School District. From spring to summer, the Boosters Sports Complex is alive, with kids learning the great games of baseball and softball, building skills, friendships, and future Wildcats pride. We're proud to be the foundation for varsity excellence. Good luck to the Homer Center Wildcats in the playoffs from the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
When you're in need of auto repairs, the place to go is Posix Auto Shop. Posix Auto Shop does your normal mechanical repairs, including brakes, exhaust, engine, oil changes, and state inspections. Posix also specializes in classic and antique cars. Trust your vehicle to Andrew Posix when you're in need of repairs. Posix Auto Repair on Old Route 119 South, just outside of Homer City. 72.
Back with you on our S&T Bank post-game show. S&T Bank, community banking, one branch at a time. And Braden Rado, our first post-game guest. Braden, what is it? The Cardiac Cats, I said. You did it again. You did it against Claysburg-Kimmel in the quarterfinals with 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th at First Commonwealth Bank Field to win dramatically 10-9, or you're not standing here with this nice-looking medal around your neck. And you do it today with 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th. What is it about you guys?
Oh, we just never give up. Never take anything for granted. And we'll just go out and play ball. We don't stress. Just go out and play.
Fell behind early 5-1, but Dom Shimko came in relief, 4 1/3 innings of no-run baseball. You caught him. Talk about his performance to kind of give the team a lift and kind of hold things at bay.
Well, at that, Dom could be moody at points, but, he went out and threw the ball. That's all we asked him to do, go throw strikes, pitch to contact, and that's what he did.
Braden, you're on base all 5 times today, reached on an error and also a fielder's choice, but a leadoff single in the bottom of the 1st, and you scored the 1st run, and then you scored the 2nd run after a 1-out double, and then a key hit with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th to keep things rolling. You've been like a hitting machine all season long. What's been working for you? Just seeing pitches and hitting it? See it and hit it?
Follow the ball in. Whatever he throws, hit it.
What about Skurley and his performance? He kind of held, scattered some hits. You guys stranded a lot of traffic on the base pass. You just couldn't get that big hit until the final inning.
Yeah, he's a good pitcher at that. He likes to go pretty quick. we didn't really take our time getting in the box, but you know what, it ended up working out.
It sure did. Now you'll have a home playoff game. If this game holds the way it had looked, you'd have been heading to Southern Fulton with a long road trip. How good will it feel to be at the friendly confines of First Commonwealth Bank Field for a state playoff game on Monday?
Oh, that'll feel amazing. Even listening or hearing this word state gets me hyped up.
All right, buddy. Congratulations.
Thank you.
District 6 champion. 7th district title for the school. Let's see if we can get
I'll get him.
Dom in here. Strap this on here, young man. Looks like you might have been playing hockey and not baseball with that.
No, I fell down the stairs of my house.
Well, at least you're honest about it. So let me pull this up. Your pitching line today, 4 1/3 innings, 2 hits, obviously no runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. If not for the job that you do picking up your teammate Noah, you're not standing here either. I mean,
Yeah.
you came on, a lot of pressure for a sophomore, right? And you just did the job. Talk about your performance. How do you sum it up?
I don't know. I just kind of did me. Didn't worry about how many runs they had. Didn't look at the scoreboard. Didn't really look at nothing. Just kind of threw the ball and let my team play defense and just us keep putting up runs.
You got a big out to close out the 3rd inning, and then you allowed just 2 hits over the final 4 innings. In the 5th inning, you struck out the side. Was it a case where you just felt stronger, you became more loose as the game went on?
Yeah, my confidence was way up. I don't know. It's just as I progress through the game, I just keep going. My confidence keeps boosting.
And again, big comeback. You did it against Claysburg-Kimmel, and 4 runs again today in the bottom of the 7th inning. And it's just amazing the never say die attitude of you and your teammates.
Yeah.
So is that just something, a belief that started building? Because you had some wins on, come from behind against Marion Center for sure, and I know I'm missing another one where you came
West
from
Shamokin.
West Shamokin, out there. So that kind of, when you do that, then you start believing you can do it. It makes a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty much who we are as a team. Coach Bauer says he gets at least 2 heart attacks a game as we're playing every single time. And we just come back every time pretty much.
Well, we don't want that for real, but yeah, I get the feeling. I know what you mean. Now a home state playoff game, I think that'll be a first since they changed the format where in the opening round before you go to neutral sites, the higher seed gets the home game. How incredible will that be to be at home and probably have a big, large crowd there to witness it?
That's awesome, especially because I'm younger. I still got 2 more years, and it's amazing for these seniors too. It's their last year, and they have a home state game, state playoff game. So.
And you do too, buddy.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank
A job well done. One of the stars of the game, and without your performance on the hill, none of this happens. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Dom Shimko, winning pitcher, did a great job here today, and we have Braden Dunn that we're waiting for. There he is, and Braden's going to strap the headset on here. Braden, 3 more hits today, none bigger than the bottom of the 7th. 2 outs, sacks juiced, season, well, not on the line because you'd have played Monday anyway, but you get the point. There's a little bit of pressure there for you.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to do too much. I was just trying to tie the game, to be honest. Coach Bauer's like, none bigger than this. And, I just kind of said a little prayer to myself and, dialed into the box. And
2 strikes?
Yes, I was in a 2-strike count, and I was just kind of looking for a pitch to drive, maybe down a little bit, and I ended up getting it. And I'm just thankful that, props to that kid for trying to make that play. And I saw it go past him, and, I kind of blacked out there for a second. But
I can't blame you. Yeah, and they were playing no doubles. Everybody was deep, so you knew a hit to the outfield, you were going to at least tie the game. But when it gets by him and then Shearer runs around with the game-tying run, that's a celebration like you probably will never forget.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I was just waiting for – I'm glad Jaden made it home. I was definitely yelling at him on the bases, just trying to push him further down the line, and he ended up scoring. So
that's all the further he needed, right?
Yeah, it took a little weight off my shoulders when I saw him.
Well, talk about Braden as a team leader. You and the other Braden Rado have just been lights out hitting the baseball all season long, as you have for your entire career. But what is it about the attitude of this team, never giving up, and so many come from behind victories, including in the quarterfinal. You did the same thing against Claysburg.
Oh, yeah, it's just confidence, to be honest. Our coaches, tell us every day at practice, just confidence. Have confidence when you go up to the plate and look for that pitch that you can drive. And we just work on it every day. And, we all believe in each other when we go up to the plate. And we know that if, we're down in the 7th inning, there's a chance that we're going to come back and we're going to tie the game or even win the game. So, it's just, to be honest, just confidence all around.
And that belief from those regular season come from behind victories. Now you're going to, as I mentioned to your teammates, you're going to host a state playoff game. I think that'll be the first time in school history because the format just changed not too many years ago. And Carmichael's from the WPIAL will be the opponent. Hopefully the powers that be it'd be nice if they scheduled it like at 6 o'clock to allow more fans at work to get down there. But either way, barring an early day start, it's going to be a heck of a crowd, should be a heck of an atmosphere. Your thoughts on playing at home in this type of environment?
Oh, it's definitely going to be special. I got to watch my older brother actually play in the state playoffs back in 2018 when they won the district title. And they didn't get to play at home, unfortunately, but now that we do, I think, we should get a really good crowd, and I'm hoping we do. And it's just going to be a special night, especially for me as a senior. So,
well, a RBI single in the first inning, an RBI single in the 6th inning, and then you clear the bases in the 7th with your 3rd hit. Young man, I'd say that's a pretty fine day leading your team to a walk-off District 6 championship. Congratulations, not only on today, but your entire career. You've been fun to watch.
Thank you, Mark.
Braden Dunn, one of the stars of the game here today on Renda Digital TV. We'll get Scott Bauer, if we can, there he is. He's over there signing autographs. Just kidding, but you could sign one. You could sign the score sheet here today. The Cardiac Cats do it again. Sum it up, Coach.
Yeah, there's no quit in that group of boys behind me. You can just see the smiles. I'll give you $10 if you can wipe a smile off their face right now. But, they're comfortable in that situation. I wish, again, like we've talked, they don't wait that long. It takes 5 or 6 years off my life. But, hats off to Juniata Valley. They, Kyler pitched very well. We got a lot of barrel to ball, but they were making a lot of great defensive plays. They got themselves out of a lot of jams throughout the course of the game, even the first inning, bases loaded, I think maybe 1 out or nobody out. But I just told the guys, keep swinging, keep swinging, keep swinging. It's going to fall in at some point.
Yeah, let's hold this on camera for sure. Good call.
So, and then Dom, you think about what he did.
Without Dom, we're not standing here, right?
We're not. So, and again, it wasn't anything Noah was doing. A lot of their hits, early. I mean, they got a couple good kids that can swing it, barreled it up, but they were getting hit in that curveball. They were just kind of sticking that bat out and just driving it, to the outfield. And those were good pitches. Those pitches were curveballs down, like almost on the ground, and they just got great hand-eye coordination and
good 2-strike approach. They widen their stance.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. So, and Jeff's a great coach over there at Juniata Valley. He's got a great program. I respect him and what he does, and he with his speed, he puts a lot of pressure on your defense, and we really went over a lot of those first and thirds and the suicide squeezes. We had them in that first and third, and
force
we worked.
Balk,
The force balk play, and we were just a tick late, but. The boys, they just kept fighting, kept battling, and, Shimko coming in putting up all those zeros was huge.
Yep, 4 1/3, scoreless. The fact you had so much traffic on the base pass that you stranded 12 through the first 6 innings. And the one thing that did do, scattering some hits, and I think just a couple of walks, a couple of hit batsmen for Skirlin, but it ran his pitch count up, and he ran out of pitches after 6. So as it turned out, that was maybe a little bit of a break. But those things over the course of a ball game make a difference, and they made a big difference today.
Yeah. Like I said, he was, we knew he was a big boy, 6'3". We knew that he had a mid-upper 70 fastball, just from kind of the eye test. Curveball, a little bit of a slider, but, he was quick to the plate. Like, he didn't leave a lot of time for our guys to get comfortable. But our guys were like, Coach, we're hitting them. I'm like, hey, sometimes that's baseball, and you just got to wait them out. But, yeah, there was a lot of traffic on our end that allowed the pitch counts to get up there, and we were able to get into their bullpen.
And I'm just looking. They did rule that last hit a double.
Okay.
So not a single and an error. It was a diving attempt that got by the center fielder. Talk about, you knew they were playing no doubles deep, so you knew a hit to the outfield was going to tie the game at a minimum. But when you saw it get by him, your heart was racing faster than Shearer was running.
Yeah, no doubt. I was actually pretty calm, which was crazy, how calm I was. And I think it's because they've been there and they've done this to me before. So, yeah, when I saw him dive in that spot, like you said, a single was going to score Rado, in my opinion. He's a good base runner. But when I saw that ball scoop behind him, and I think the left fielder was a little late for backing up. We were just taking our chances at that point.
Yeah, it was straight away. I don't think it would have mattered anyway. So, hey, home playoff game, state playoff game. How incredible is that? As far as I know, it's the first time in school history, because this format was changed not too many years ago. But either way, should be exciting. Hopefully the powers that be make it at a minimum 4 o'clock. 6 o'clock would be great as far as people working and being able to come to the game. But you'll play Carmichael's. They lost in the Whippeal Championship. First thing, playing at home, state playoff game, should be incredible atmosphere.
Since the last time we've been here, they have changed that rule. I remember the last time in 2018, we hosted Union at Indiana's White Township, and the atmosphere was electric. I still remember, I think it was Corey Cavalier hit a ball up the middle, and just hear the roar of that crowd. And I turned around, I was like, holy smokes, like, this is great. So I can only imagine what that atmosphere is going to be like on our home field.
And for the fans watching, tickets will be going on sale. That will be an admission in advance only, and I'm sure the school will be posting all of that information. 7th District Championship. Many people don't know it. I know I had messaged you all the way back to 1953 was the first one before the hiatus in the program around 60 or so. We never did figure that out. But since it's come back and has been a tradition of excellence. Scott, under your leadership, you pick up another District 6 championship. Hold that loud and proud, or high and proud, and enjoy it. And enjoy, I'm sure you'll celebrate tonight and get ready for a pretty good Carmichael's team coming to Homer City on Monday.
Absolutely. These boys, we talk about legacy, and they wrote their own legacy tonight. There's a lot of great baseball tradition in Homer City, Homer Center, and we're very proud of that. I'm proud to be a part of it, and we talk at length about it. And like I said, these boys, they just wrote their own chapter, their own page.
And a few of them will write an important chapter, closing out a chapter as they graduate tomorrow night.
Yeah, looking forward to celebrating those seniors. But, school's going to be out, but we're still playing baseball.
That's always a great thing.
That's a great thing.
It's like playing football in the month of December if you're a high school team.
Yes, sir.
Scott, congratulations to you, your staff, and all of your players. The Wildcats are District 6 champions.
Thank you.
That's going to do it from here. Get a good look at the trophy here, fans. The Wildcats are bringing it back to Indiana County. And I guess before I go, let's acknowledge the Whippeal champions, too. They're going to be, speaking of White Township, they're going to be there Monday. So how exciting is this for Indiana County baseball, right?
Well, I know a lot of people talk about Pittsburgh, and they talk about, the Philly area and Erie, but there is some great baseball in our region, in the District 6 region. And Indiana's technically in the middle of that. I get there. They're the District 7. But, yeah, hats off to Dan Petroff and his boys bringing that back. Charlie Manzi with a huge hit. And then Braden Dunn with the walk-off today. So it's great.
You baseball junkies out there where you just go to watch, you don't have an allegiance to Homer Center or Indiana. The edge goes to Homer Center because they have the best chicken planks and concession stand in all of Indiana County.
I think that's fair.
So we'll see you at First Commonwealth Bank Field. We will definitely see you. We'll be talking to you between now and then, Scott. Congratulations
Thank you
again.
so much.
Homer Center, the District 6 champions, 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th. A walk-off bases-clearing double off of the bat of Braden Dunn. Erases a 5-2 deficit, turns it into a 6-5 championship victory for Homer Center. A special thanks to our video producer, Samantha Snedden, digital manager, John Smathers, our intern. No offense, Coach. He is, we don't want to hold it against him. He is from Philadelphia. Alex Donaldson with us, who made his debut on Renda Digital TV today. With the coach, I'm Mark Burdig, wishing you a very championship Thursday. What day is today? Thursday night, Friday night, whatever day it is, from Mount Aloysius College on Renda Digital TV.